Hello, welcome to Press Play Action. This is the week where we talk about whatever random movies pop into our heads. Actually, that's not what we do at all. It's Mitchell Lee, it's Tommy Grant, it's Brandon too. Why am I introducing us out of order? Who cares? Who gives a damn? It's movies at random. It's movies at random. It's movies at random when we pick movies out of a randomizer and review them. And so this week we have a lovely 1-2 combo of the 1995 classic. You know, some people think it's the first good video game movie. We will shortly provide our opinions. And then afterwards, a movie that just, you know, when you think Mortal Kombat, what could you possibly review with Mortal Kombat? Of course, you're thinking, Call Me By Your Name, right? That's just that's just the first thing that comes to mind.
You know, the one thing I think of when I think of Mortal Kombat is sex.
When I think of Mortal Kombat, I think of my boy Timothée Chalamet jerking off into peaches. So let's
we're gonna talk about it. Don't worry.
Oh, it's a stone fruit, baby.
This is not a Predator 2 and Predator situation. I actually do have things to say about both of these movies, and I'm looking forward to doing so. It's nice to have one where it's not just like, okay, yeah, we put Danny Glover in a Predator movie. Sure, cool, why not? We put Adrian Brody in a Predator movie. Sure, why not? We got cat ass in my face right now. Sure, why not? Brandon's cat just walked right in front of the camera ass first. I think that was his official review of Mortal Kombat.
It was. He watched it with me. He hates that movie.
All right, so let's just go ahead.
He
and
fell
dive
asleep
right
halfway
into
through.
So, I did not fall asleep. I'll say that much. So let's dive into Mortal Kombat. We've got Paul W.S. Anderson, and I think the W.S. stands for like whale shit or something like that, because I am not a fan of this guy. Paul Thomas Anderson, he is not. Not a fan of this guy. He went on to do stuff like the Resident Evil movies. He did, we'll come back to him for Alien versus Predator. He also did Death Race and Pompeii. So, real hack this guy is.
Sorry, copyright.
Yeah, you're going to get us in trouble. Thanks, man. And this is, this stars...
You said Pompeii. That's the first thing I think of.
This stars Lyndon Ashby, Cary Haruki Tagawa, Robin Shue, Bridget Wilson, Talisa Soto, and most notably Christopher Lambert as the guy with the hat, not the Curious George guy, but Lord Raiden. This had a $20 million budget.
The guy with the
hat? From Curious George. Could you imagine? Would be a better movie. What? I don't know. A $20 million budget, $120 million box office. So this movie did well in August of 1995.
Well, dude, people are starving for video game content, and Mortal Kombat was a good game.
And Mortal Kombat was very popular.
Yes, very popular.
Keep that in mind too. I mean, it's still popular to this day. I just saw a Mortal Kombat movie last month.
Who doesn't want to instantly kill people? You know, in just the most random way possible.
Instantly.
Sorry.
It looked
finish him. Like that's like one of the most popular
for a 1995 movie. This looked fucking terrible.
No,
it did look bad. I will give you that.
What was your worst scene?
Poorly painted backdrops. I'm like, oh god, what the fuck is this?
I can't believe. Wait, what was the budget again?
$20 million. Where did that budget go?
Where is $20 million coming from?
Because there's nobody in this cast that would have been worth that much money.
Well, maybe Bridget Wilson Sampras.
No, she was not racking in that much money. No way.
I mean, she wasn't Billy Madison by this point.
Yeah, because that would have rose you straight to stardom. That would have.
No, I'm not. I mean, more money. She's probably the most well-known person in this.
The only person that had a career at that point was Christopher Lambert because he was in the Highlander movies in the 80s.
Sure.
Aside from that, I could not tell you anybody else on this cast aside from Bridget Wilson that I recognized.
Okay, fair.
I didn't recognize anybody except for
you
Christopher
didn't recognize
Lambert.
Bridget Wilson?
No, who the hell was that?
He doesn't like Adam Sandler movies. You should know that.
No, but
Why would
even
it-
then, it's like.
Have you ever seen Billy
she's-
Madison?
She's been in enough things.
I've seen clips, and that my IQ has dropped enough.
She was in the original I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I've never seen that, so
Okay. Fair.
maybe we'll
She
get
was
that
in
on the
all
next
movies
movies at
that Mitch
random.
never would have watched unless it was for this podcast.
So, who was your favorite fighter? Sorry.
I didn't have one. I honestly have blocked this movie out of my memory.
So I'm gonna be honest.
You weren't a Sub-Zero person?
I'm gonna try not to compare, but I'm going to compare because I know that everyone. I did not like this movie. I'll just get that out there right now. I did not like this
doesn't
movie.
Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2 look better? They just look like
they're also
remakes.
30 years later, but I
Sure.
think that it's kind of necessary for what they're trying to do. I think that this is a movie that you kind of had to have seen when you were young to really enjoy, like have grown up with and be looking forward to seeing it. Because if you're just watching it now, you're not going to like it at all. And
you also
even if
have
you
to
don't like the new Mortal Kombat movies, you have to understand that they, at the very least, I don't know, they had something to them. They have either a sense of humor, or I actually think the new Mortal Kombat, I saw Mortal Kombat 2 in theaters last month, and it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure for me, I'm not going to lie. But I think the movie looks cool. I think that it's got some decent action. It's got some fun characters, and I didn't find any of the characters in this movie fun. The closest I got to having a fun character was Christopher Lambert as Lord Raiden, just because he was randomly laughing at shit, and it just that his just random laughing at shit was like halfway enjoyable to me sometimes. And
I think
that's
Johnny
kind
Cage and Sonya Blade were just awful, personally.
Well, I think everyone in this movie was awful. I'm not going to limit it to just the whites.
I mean, sure. I wasn't going there. I was just saying, like, out of
on this podcast,
the fighters, I think, we hate everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not discriminating.
I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, gay, straight. You were horrible in this movie. This movie's suckness knows no bounds.
They made a sequel.
Oh, and the sequel I've heard is like one of the most
successful. Why wouldn't they?
I've heard the sequel, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, is like one of the worst movies ever made. And now I really want to see it because I've heard it is so much worse than this one. It's not even funny. From the clips that I've seen, Tommy, prepare yourself because it is much worse.
I was debating on doing a double feature the night I watched this, but after watching 20 minutes, I'm like, I can't do another one.
It might be more memorable. I
don't know.
I think we need to do Annihilation and then Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2.
I watched the was it the 2021 or whatever year the first one?
And that one's just thoroughly mid.
Yeah, but I enjoy the action. Like the visuals were cool in that one, but this one was just like all around.
Well, you get some good Sub-Zero and Scorpion fights, and those are fights that they just did not have the ability to do those in 1995. They just didn't. They were trying to do things that they couldn't do.
And I was never a Mortal Kombat fan.
I think that's the whole problem with this movie.
So it was
Go
lost.
ahead. Well, no, I've played Mortal Kombat. The Scorpion versus Sub-Zero is like a real matchup where it's like, all right, like this is like a cool fight. Like not even just like in a movie sense. It's like it's just like a cool matchup of like characters.
Mm-hmm.
But to Mitchell's point, they're trying to do something that like a video game basically made like unrealistic fights. And they're trying to pull off these fights in movie form in 1995. That's just that's never gonna happen. Like there isn't enough special effects to make that work. And then they only had $20 million. Like they would have had to spend like $400 million just to get even close to like making these fights look realistic. Like, and at that point, I question why are we making a Mortal Kombat movie?
But that's the thing. It's like I see movies like Star Wars, like from the 70s. That have better visual effects.
Sure, but that was because Star Wars is ahead of its time, if we're being honest, in terms of visual effects.
But still, this is 20 years later. Like, you would think the technology would at least be there to put something better on screen. But that's just...
Fair enough.
I don't know. I expected more, and just the opening scenes, I just knew right off the bat I was going to be disappointed.
Also, what is the tie-in to Mortal Kombat? I feel like maybe I need to play the games again sometime because I feel like the tie-in isn't like really there for it to be a movie. And I haven't seen the 2021 or the Mortal Kombat 2. I have the newer one. I haven't seen both of those.
Yeah.
Are those like better storylines in terms of like?
I honestly
No,
cannot tell you. I
no,
don't remember.
Okay.
no. None of these movies have any damn
But like,
story.
what's the story in Mortal Kombat? That's my whole point. Unless you like
I'll be
center
honest.
around one
The story,
character and you're like
the
that
story
person's
in
trying
the
to
first
survive
Mortal Kombat,
Kombat.
the story in the first Mortal Kombat is I have no fucking idea.
All right, so let me.
There's
They
no
just
Mortal
randomly
Kombat.
show up
Brandon.
to a tourney. Yeah, they just
Brandon,
randomly
you
show
know
up to
what's
a tournament.
crazy? I think that the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie is better than the 95 Mortal Kombat, and there's no Mortal Kombat in that movie.
So let me read off the synopsis for this, just for the record.
Sure.
So, for 9 generations, an evil sorcerer has been victorious in hand-to-hand battle against his mortal enemies. If he wins a 10th Mortal Kombat tournament, desolation and evil will reign over the multiverse forever. To save Earth,
Okay.
3 warriors must overcome seemingly insurmountable odds, their own inner demons, and
And a lack of personality.
Yes,
That's fine. That's fine. That's the synopsis. That's not this. That's not in this movie.
No, they don't.
No,
Like,
it is.
point.
No, I think it is.
that-
It's just
that is
not
the
very
movie
interesting.
synopsis.
It's just not interesting.
Well, okay, or it's not interesting. Yeah. Yeah, they do have the one character come in and be like, "We can't let him win."
Yeah, we do have a bit of an exposition dump in this movie. And then
They
Lord
literally
Raiden.
bring that character in to just be like, "You must look into your heart in order to win this tournament."
And then you have Lord
Jesus
Raiden
Christ.
coming in from time to time to be like, not until the tournament. And that's like half his dialogue in
And
the
Johnny
movie.
Cage is like, "I don't know what the fucking big deal is."
Yeah, that's mostly Johnny Cage.
They told me to come to this fucking tournament. My agent
And then,
said this was like
you
a
had
good
me
idea.
every 5 minutes clicking the remote to see how much time was left in the movie going, oh, fuck.
I totally did that like 7 times.
It was,
I was like,
every 5 minutes.
I was like, another 50 minutes. I was like, damn.
No, this movie dragged. This movie went on for days.
I was like, we're 40 minutes in. I was like, nothing's happened. I was like,
Yeah. This movie was about 3 days long to me. And like again, fuck it. I'm just gonna compare. It is what it is. Kano sucks in this movie. Kano is my favorite part of the new Mortal Kombat movies, and he sucks in this.
The other movie, okay.
Johnny Cage, I just don't. This generic doofus. I just don't care about him at all. To be fair, I don't care about Sonya in any iteration of the movie. Just a complete non-character. Shang Tsung.
That's a good actor, by the way. I just want to point that, like, he's actually a good actor, and it's just like his entire character was like, now finish him. And I'm like, I understand that's like the line from the video game, but can we try a little harder? Can we give some personality here?
I didn't hate Liu Kang, but I mean, and no one has any character in this.
Cool. He's going after the princess.
Yeah.
Her name's Katana, by the way. Good name.
But Katana's awesome in the new Mortal Kombat.
I'm sure she is, because she's a cool character in the games. Like, Sub-Zero is like an actual cool character. And they show him like twice in this.
They do nothing with that.
Nothing
at
with
all.
Sub-Zero. They freeze that guy one time. That might have been the best like visual. So honestly, if we're being honest,
this movie had horrible visuals even for 1995.
That's where the 20 million went, was to freeze that guy and have him explode.
Where the guy like went inside his own eye or whatever it was.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
that one
was the 20 million.
I think they spent $13 million on that.
No, so that's what it is. They spent like 7 on Sub-Zero just to freeze the guy and have him explode. And they spent the 13 on the guy going in his eye. So he was stealing his soul, Mitchell. Catch up. Come on now.
Yeah, there's plenty of stealing souls going on watching this movie.
Oh,
Wasn't all in
can I just
characters.
can I give a grade? This is a bad F, like bad.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm gonna be
I
the kind one again.
Oh,
I
you are
didn't
going to
want
be
to.
the kind one. The fact
I
that you
can't
gave
believe
it
you're
4.5
giving this anything
stars.
other than an F is just ridiculous. This is an F, 70.3.
It's rookie
Seven?
numbers, man.
You said
I gave this an
7.3?
F.
No, 7D, 7D.
Oh, okay. I was
7D.
like, God, that's horrible.
I gave this an F42.
Fair enough. I can't even argue. I can't believe this guy's about to give it like a D.
D44.50.
What's the redeeming quality of this movie?
Christopher Lambert.
Explain
No,
your
it's not. No, you're just making stuff up now.
Wait until the tournament. Like that's a D. That's a D right there.
He could have said that 15 times and I would have still been like F.
I don't know.
No.
I didn't hate watching some of the action.
Everything you've said about this movie, you said you hated it, and then you're like, D. Yeah.
It didn't piss me off.
You're getting soft. You're getting
No,
soft. I just
no,
gotta call it out.
I'll tell you.
It out.
I did feel very similarly about this movie that I did for Predator 2, where you guys hated it, and it just did not piss me off to the degree that
That's
it did
fair.
you guys.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's what it is. I imagine the next one is much worse. But
I can't wait to see it. I think we should watch them all 4 in a row.
yeah, once Mortal Kombat 2 comes to streaming, because I think I'm the only one that saw that in theaters, and that was I don't want to say a good time, but I had fun with it. It's my favorite of the Mortal Kombat movies by far, but maybe everyone else seems to not like that movie, so maybe I'm just a piece of shit, probably. Anyway, let's talk about, we're right in time for Pride Month. Luca Guadagnino's 2017.
You could have seen this in theaters, Mitchell.
Man, I wanted to. You know what's funny? Do you know they were
Tommy?
playing a
You could
bunch
have seen this the other day in theaters.
I would not want to.
No,
I know you wouldn't have seen it in
actually,
theaters.
Regal is playing it next. I think it's like the 26th or something. And
AMC's already playing it, dude.
I am going to see it because
AMC's already
really
playing
like
it.
it.
And I think Alamo was playing it too, and I was like, "This
they
is
were
sick."
playing it for Valentine's, not for Valentine's Day, like the month of February. Regal was playing a different classic romantic movie each day, and on the day that the 3 of us, got into town for my bachelor party, they were playing "Call Me by Your Name."
We should have went. Such a good movie.
I
Like,
thought that would have been a
Tommy,
very strange bachelor party.
I'm not even
activity.
going to be upset at you if you don't feel the same way, but I mean, yeah, I love
Let me do my little overview first, because we have
Sure.
some award stuff to talk about. With
Love
this
is
one
a
as well.
spectrum, Mitchell. Love is a spectrum, and I'm
Is
on
that
it.
an
baby.
autism joke?
No, sorry. No, it wasn't. Sorry,
How dare
it was
you?
not. I promise. I
the
promise
puzzles-
it wasn't. I promise
Leave the
it
puzzles to me, bitch. Luca Guadagnino with the directorial
puzzle
credit.
pieces.
Written, that was the joke, Brandon.
Puzzle me up, bitch.
Written by James Ivory, based on the book by Andre Aciman. I don't know when that was written, but let's see, 2007. Okay, so that was in the works for 10 years. Starring Timothée Chalamet, Mr. Icho Girl, Army Hammer, Michael Stuhlbarg, and this had a budget of $3.5 million.
I know it's controversial, Mitchell, but Army Hammer looks hot in this movie.
Brandon, we're gonna get to it.
He looks hot in this movie.
We're gonna get to it, Brandon. $3.5 million budget. It made $43 million. Released on November 24th, 2017. And before we get into the awards, before we get into the awards,
Okay.
I love a movie where I can give a little bit of a backstory of my personal experience seeing the movie, as well as Brandon giving his, because this was during the illustrious point in time where Brandon and I lived together. And this movie came out, and this movie also came out in the illustrious point in time of MoviePass. and Movie Pass was a huge
The
thing.
greatest invention of
It really was. It really was. If you were going to movies during the Movie Pass time, then you were a goated citizen of this great nation.
You were
and so-
scamming movie theaters.
you were
Definitely.
taking them to the damn cleaners. And so it was January of 2017, and so the Oscar nomination, or 2018, and the Oscar nominations had just come out. And so I was like, all right, I'm trying to see all the awards movies. Call Me by Your Name finally got to a theater in Winston-Salem. I'm gonna go see this thing on like a Tuesday night or something.
Oh yeah, baby.
And so I go see this. I'm by myself. Brandon thinks that he went to see this movie with me. He did not go to see this movie.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I have a backstory too.
You saw it at Aperture like a week later.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I have a backstory to you saying
but
that.
I saw this movie, and for the first like hour, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't think I like this, but the lead actor is really good. Let's see where it goes.
Who did you consider the
And
lead?
Then, well,
Oh, come on. You know he was thinking about
no. I'll get to it because
I would
as you
argue
may or
that
may not
Artie
know.
Hammer is
No.
Timothée Chalamet in this movie.
Hey, I'll get to it because I may have things to get to
I
about
was
this.
swinging my Artie Hammer. You know what I mean?
And then I leave that movie theater. I'm kind of glued to my seat for a little bit because, as we'll talk about when we get to the movie.
Did you see this at Aperture?
No, I saw it at the
Did you
Grand.
see this at Aperture?
No, I saw it at the Grand.
The Grand's a way better place to see it.
It is.
Why were you stuck
I
in your seat?
No, I was stuck. I was stuck to my seat because I
Someone
didn't
played
want
a prank on him.
Well, I didn't want to get up because, as we'll talk about later, the end of this movie is just kind of I'm supposed to leave the movie now. How in the fuck do you expect me to do that? Kind of thing. It ends in a way, and again, we'll get into it. It ends in a way that I'm not used to seeing movies end. And it just kind of caught me so off guard, and I was like, I had to put the pieces of my heart back before I left the theater. And I remember leaving thinking, we have our new Leonardo DiCaprio, folks, and his name is Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
And boy, sometimes I'm wrong about things.
Not everyone can hit on Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I predicted the Jets to win the Super Bowl a couple years ago. I thought Trey Lance was going to be a really good NFL quarterback. The first 20 years of my life, there are things that you get wrong.
The first 20 years.
But boy, when you get it right, you get it right, and I got that one right.
This man nailed it. So, can I give my experience? You come home and you say that, and I go, well, now I have to see this movie, and I'm like, oh, but it's playing at the Grand. I want to go to the Grand. Oh, it's playing at this little like independent theater, Aperture. I'd never been. I'm like lost. They're like, first of all, I get in. It's like a Wednesday, like a random weekday. Like I just got done with working at Learfield IMG. I walk down the street downtown Winston-Salem. I'm like, oh, let me find Aperture. So I find Aperture finally. I'm like a lost like kid. I have no idea what's going on. I'm like, what theater do I go to? Like where? Like what? Like what's happening? Of course, Aperture's their employees like immediately see that I pull out my movie pass. They're like, oh fuck this guy, like he's about to rip us off. Like we're getting nobody off of this ticket. Yeah. So they're like, do you want some popcorn? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm broke. Obviously, I don't want no popcorn. So I go in Aperture. If people don't know what it is, I actually like Aperture as a movie theater, but it is very much like a screen and then just like chairs. Like, and by chairs I mean like the chairs
like
you would sit down in, like banquet chairs, like chairs you would sit in church at, like not pews, but just like lawn chairs or like banquet chairs is the best way to put it. So I just sit down. It's like a half full place, and man, Timothy stole the show. But guys, Army Hammer is fucking awesome in this movie. He is phenomenal. I know that's controversial. I don't like the guy. Him as Oliver is fucking
Yes, Mr.
unreal.
Icho girl.
It's just unreal. It's so good, so good. And so yeah, of course, after the movie ends, I'm like crying. I have to sit there for a little bit, and then I'm like, I guess I have to
I remember you walked
get
back
an Uber back home.
because
Yeah, I have to get an Uber
no,
back
you
home.
walked back to.
Oh, that's right. I walked back to IMG
because I was still working, and you're like,
yes, that's right. Yes,
you walked up to me and you were like, dude, call me by your name, and I'm like, dude, I'll talk to you about that in a second. I'm about to go on air, and then we could talk about this.
I had to tell someone. I was like,
I could tell you
People
were
are gonna-
excited, and I was like, man, I really want to talk about this too because you were the
People-
only person I knew that had seen the movie at that time,
people
so I
are
really want
gonna
to talk to you
judge
about
me.
it.
Like if I had said that to anyone else at IMG, they'd have been like, "Well, this guy's getting fired." I think I ended up getting fired anyway.
Call me what?
Call me what? Yeah, they would have been like, "How about?" But yeah,
Call me
just-
a bitch? What?
Yeah, I think I ended up like shooting a basketball or something until you were done, and I was just like, the
I know
greatest
where you going with that?
movie ever.
By the way, this movie,
So good.
it did win Best Adapted Screenplay. James Ivory became the oldest winner of a competitive Oscar, winning it at 89 years old. It was
James
also
Ivory?
nominated for Best Picture, which it lost to The Shape of Water, which
That's crazy.
I don't think The Shape of Water was better.
I think Shape of
Timothy
Water was
Sha-
like a B+ movie,
Timothée Chalamet
maybe.
lost Best Actor to Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour, which
Not
I think
terrible.
I think that Gary Oldman and Michael B. Jordan make up a fun club of people that have Timothée Chalamet's Oscars.
Whoa!
I think that he should have won.
I
think he should have
into
won.
that group.
No, I'm not saying he's not good, but I think Timothée Chalamet should have won the award. I think he should be a two-time Oscar winner. And then Sufjan Stevens was nominated for the song "Mystery of Love" from this movie, and of course he lost to "Remember Me" from Coco, which
Can we
just
talk
swept the
about how
seats.
goated this movie year was?
2017 was a great year.
I mean, we're
2017
talking
was a
about
great year.
Thor Ragnarok, Greatest Showman,
That's the
Baby
first movie.
Driver. I want to build up. Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
go ahead. We're talking about the,
The
boss
Post,
baby.
The Post, Dunkirk, Darkest Hour. We got 2 movies about Dunkirk, basically.
Yeah, we did. That was a
The
Dunkirk
first,
year.
the second Jumanji, I believe, or the first Jumanji. I think it
The
was
first
Jumanji.
Rock Heart one.
Yeah,
you
the
gotta
first
start.
Rock
You gotta
Hard
start. You gotta start
Jumanji.
building up now, man.
Coco. No,
Okay.
Coco didn't
Okay.
even make my top 10. That's how good this year is. When we first did the list, Coco did not make my top 10. 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. If anyone has never seen that movie, please watch that movie.
Great movie.
Change that. Great movie. Spider-Man:
Your
Homecoming.
movie.
It. Blade Runner
2049. Logan.
And Get Out.
Logan. Lady Bird. Lego Batman. John Wick 2.
Wind
Like,
River.
there's-
No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't just
I mean,
kid.
Wind River's a
Good,
good movie.
good time. War for the
I
Planet
mean,
of the
we
Apes.
got The Last Jedi. Like,
Last
we got a Star Wars
Jedi.
movie in this.
Fuck you, Tommy. We got the Last Jedi, bitch.
We got a John Wick movie in this year, Tommy.
We
John Wick
did.
Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. It was actually kind of good.
Yeah, no, that actually was good. All
See,
right, but we
you guys
got.
Molly,
talking about-
Molly's Game. Molly's Game
talking
about
about
underground
movies,
poker
movies,
scene,
movies.
baby.
I
wanna
Tanya,
know
bitch.
What
Murder on the Orient
wanna know
Express.
what the stocks
Mother.
all the people
Alien
companies.
Covenant.
So okay, so Tommy, what were you saying?
Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
All right, shut the fuck up.
Brandon just keeps listing
Phantom
off,
Thread.
he
Yes.
just keeps listing off random movies.
I
The
pissed
question-
977
I wanna-
times that year. Like,
The thing I want to
The
know
Disaster Artist. No.
is what did the stock prices look for all the peach companies?
Oof.
Because they
Through the
had to
roof.
have skyrocketed.
I'm sure.
Because
I mean-
my personal experience with this movie was watching this, and then the next day,
You think the stock is Georgia Peaches went up? You think Georgia Peaches?
oh, absolutely, they went through the roof. And I
I got my peaches down in Georgia. You know?
my parents had happened to
fuck.
go food shopping and happened to bring home a whole basket of peaches. And I'm like, too soon.
They did not.
Too
They
soon.
did not.
They
Oh,
did.
that's
I
disgusting.
was like, too soon. And they're like, what? I was like,
I gotta be honest. I don't think that's gonna feel a certain way. I think
I
he. I
dude,
think
that
he's
whole
going. I think
scene,
he's doing.
I'm like, no, you're not. No,
Yeah, that's
no.
so. When we were talking about that, I was like, "There's a certain thing with stone fruits that you're gonna find very interesting."
Just
And I'm glad you're having this reaction because I had the same reaction.
I
I was like, "There's
rarely
no way."
react
I was
to
like, "There's no
movies.
way."
I'm a very quiet watcher. Like I'm usually not very like reactive.
Animated.
Yeah, and like you get the people in the horror movies like, oh, don't go in the room, don't go in the room. This was like, don't do
fuck
that.
the peach. Don't
No,
fuck the
no,
peach.
don't do that.
No,
Alright,
what
for
did that
those-
stone fruit do to you? What's that?
For those
Like,
of you who are wondering, so this name and calling you by it,
Timothée Chalamet
what is this movie about peach fucking? I'll tell you what the movie's about. Okay, so the movie is about. Let's see. Let's
In
find.
the summer of '83.
In good old Italy.
to love a peach.
Yep. 17-year-old Elio is spending the days with his family in their villa in Italy. He soon meets 24-year-old Oliver, an intern working for his dad, and they discover the heady beauty of awakening desire. That's what the synopsis says. I didn't make that myself. So when I first saw this trailer, I thought, I don't know anything about this, but something about just the way the movie looks, the way the characters are acting, the way it's shot, the music. I have a feeling that this is going to cover whatever romance is at the center of this thing. And it's going to make me feel it. And I'm going to feel as if it's my own. Which is difficult for me because I have never been gay. And well, I mean, I'm a straight guy, so it's not like but I am now. No, I'm just kidding.
My joke earlier was love is a spectrum, Mitchell. So you might be leaning one way or the other. Who knows?
Autistic, yeah, I understand.
No,
But
that's not
all
what I
know.
was saying.
We all
Jesus.
know
I've also-
Mitchell is Team Chalamet, so it's
I've also
Team
never
Chalamet.
been. I've also never been in love with like someone that was like way older than me.
That's fair. No, he
so
was
this is a
chasing-
very, different situation than something.
What
that I
was
would be
his
used to.
actual age during filming? I know it says 24. Was he actually 24 when the film was filming?
Timothée Chalamet was 20 when they were filming this.
Okay, but what was Hammer?
Hammer was 29.
See, even more of a gap.
So there was actually a bigger age difference between the two than there was in the movie, but it wasn't as underage as it was in this, where it was 24 and it was 17.
This made it
And-
seem like this is a little crossing the line, even for 1983 Italy. I mean,
So, Brandon, I'm gonna play a little game real quick, and it's a game that I don't like to play because I love you, Brandon. I do.
is
And I
Army
lo-
Hammer
and-
hot?
and-
Is that
and
like?
no,
is that
it's
the
not
game?
fucking
Like,
okay.
I'm
We
just-
understand. We understand that you like cannibalism, but like
I don't.
me-
I don't.
You find it hot. Someone show this man Silence of the Lambs. But I'm gonna play a
Silence
game.
those lambs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna play a game. Me and Brandon are gonna play it. It's called Mitchell and Brandon Shut the Fuck Up, and that is because we've seen this movie before, and
Yeah, that's fair.
I kind of want to hear what Tommy, because I want to hear what
I
Tommy
can
has
play
to
the
say
game?
about this movie first.
No, I'll mute my mic. You're
Yeah.
good.
So Tommy, I want you to, your preconceived notions of the movie, what you were thinking going in, and ultimately what your takeaway was.
Mute your mic too, Mitchell.
Okay. So initial thoughts. I had no initial thoughts. I had zero preconceived notion as to what this movie was about. Based off of the poster and then obviously reading the synopsis, I'm like, all right, clearly this is a love story with Chalamet and Hammer. Like, no doubt about it. Mitchell's gonna hate me, and it's a good thing his mic is muted. I thought Chalamet's performance was boring as shit until the last 30 minutes of the movie. Yep, I could see the it had no tone behind it the entire time. And I was like, what is like why? I was like, this is not a Timothée Chalamet performance I know. Until the last 30 minutes. The last 30 minutes I thought was phenomenal acting and dialogue for this movie. The rest of the movie, was not my cup of tea. I think it was beautifully shot. I think the story was good, but the story just it's not a movie I would ever just pick up and watch if we did not have to do it for this podcast. And the last 30 minutes, I think especially the last scene with his dad and him having that conversation on the couch, I thought was perfect. That was a great way to kind of close out the movie, and just the last couple scenes, very emotional, worth the watch. Up until that point, I'm sorry, Chalamet's performance just didn't do it for me.
So you said two different things, and so I'm curious because you said 30 minutes at one point, and you said 30 seconds at one point.
No, all right, 30 minutes. The last 30 minutes of the movie.
The last 30 seconds are very good, though.
I will say, Tommy.
Both, yes, to that point too, that everything in the last 30 minutes was great. Everything up to that point, I was bored.
The first time I saw this movie, I would agree with you, Tommy. And I say that as somebody that would have put this movie in my top 10 at the end of the year. Because even in 2017, it would have been at the very bottom of my top 10. I think it was like number 8 or number 9. But it still got there. I agreed with you. It took me until they kind of officially start, not dating, but once they start, once there's no walls up anymore between the two of them. Mm-hmm. I think that when you first watch the movie, that is when things really take off. And you really feel the connection, at least for me, I really felt the connection between Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet through Timothée Chalamet. Because the whole point of the movie is that it's very fleeting, but it's very meaningful. Because especially when you're so young, things like this just hit you way deeper than when you're even in your mid-20s. You know, when you're a teenager like that and you're falling in love with somebody and they're in love with you, it just hits so much different. Because you have no control over anything whatsoever. Yeah. And I think that Timothée Chalamet did an excellent job of portraying the confusion of that situation while also portraying the kind of confusion, unsure nature, while also being
frustration of not knowing.
Yeah, the peach fuckery. I think that he did a fantastic job.
He had more peach fuzz than you think he did. No,
Jesus Christ.
And I will say some of the scenes were just a little weird, just like out of left field. Like I like the scene when it's him, his dad. I think it was his dad's friend, or was it Armie? When he's like, I almost had sex with this girl last night, and they're like, "Oh, try again."
Why didn't you? No, I'll tell you.
Elio is like so. He's just so weird
for some reason, and maybe I'm just giving the movie points that it didn't earn. I don't know. You can accuse me of that, but this movie to me almost plays like a memory 10 years down the line of these events. You know how you look back on a summer that meant something to you, and you remember the most asinine conversation? Sometimes it stands out to you for no particular reason at all.
It definitely gives off that vibe.
That's almost how I think of it. It's almost like a memory of that particular summer in his life. And for whatever reason, he just remembers that conversation. He remembers
even like the volleyball scene is just so weird.
Yeah, it kind of ends at a point that's like, okay, sure. But you watch it back after having seen it once, and it kind of has a completely different meaning. They even talk about it later in the movie. I like how there was a scene where they're out dancing, and it just kind of, the whole movie just kind of feels to me like scattered memories. And I know I've said it.
I think if you look at the movie through that lens, it's a way better movie. Personally,
it's really powerful through that regard.
This movie was a very well received movie. I'm not saying I'm still giving it a high rating, even though it wasn't really a movie that I'd be like, yeah, I really want to go back and rewatch it. I appreciate for what it was. And I think the last 30 minutes of this was perfect. The dialogue, especially, and just how his parents basically comforted him and were there for him the entire time. Like the dialogue they had with each other, I think was really,
Mm-hmm.
I think is something that anyone young and in love should watch this and just get that dialogue, because not everybody has those relationships with their parents. Most people don't have
Or
a relationship with their
or
parents.
parents.
Yeah.
You know, if you're looking to be there for your kid when they're going through things like this, you know, that's a good angle to look at it through. Um,
I mean, it's
yeah,
just
once
it's an odd way to like frame everything, because this is a 17-year-old boy hooking up with a 24-year-old man,
Well,
and it's like
even his
it
dad.
probably should be like taboo, but they almost treat it like it isn't, and I get why they're going that way, I actually don't mind it, but it's just like I think most people would be very put off by that
And just the
personally.
fact that, like, in most situations, that relationship never would have been approved by most people's parents. Like, hey,
Right. No, that's what I'm
how
saying. I think ninety-eight
is
point
hooking up
nine
with my
percent of
son?
people are put off by that,
Yeah.
basically.
So, like, the fact that his dad was even like, you guys have something special, and even to the point of saying, yeah, I don't even have that with your mother. Like, that was a crazy line to drop on his son.
Bro, yeah.
Like, and then the fact that later on, obviously, spoiler alert, we find out that he is getting married, and we have Timothée Chalamet absolutely crushed. Like, I was like, damn, that was a blow I did not see coming.
Also, you got the scenes like you mentioned the dancing, and then like Timothy's just sitting there like ripping darts and is like looking out, and it's like I think in his head he's thinking about Oliver in a certain way that like no one else around him like even comprehends what he's like thinking about, because
Mhm.
they're all like, oh, look at Oliver, he's so like she's so lucky to be dancing with a guy like that, and Timothy's like trying to play it off like, yeah, like who cares, but then like he leans forward as he's smoking, and it's like, yeah, you can see like the feelings like developing that he doesn't even realize that he like has yet. And so I think that's a great point, Mitchell. I think if you frame this movie through the eyes of like a memory or memories about like a summer that you can never get back, it's a way better movie. But I also don't know if you do that in the first watch. I think I did that in the second watch of this movie. I was like, oh, this is why it looks like offbeat and a little bit off kilter. It's because it's a memory. It's not like present day this is happening type of
And
thing.
that is a good point too, because they emphasize so much towards the end of the movie of basically getting, losing time, and how they wasted so much time this summer basically fighting and not being together, that it's almost like him looking back as like this is a summer he regretted not doing things that he wish he could have.
Could have had sex with multiple people. And, yeah.
he did.
No, he did. That's fair. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
He did. His parents are just like okay with that too. I think his parents are just goaded.
It was a very
They're
open,
in a different level than other parents.
hey,
Very open
love kind of thing.
household. Yeah, that's a fair point. Also, he lives in beautiful Italy, so like, well, who am I to like judge? You know?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, he'll get it.
I wish I just had
He'll
a random Italian villa I can go to in the
Oh
summertime.
yeah, same. Yeah, I wish I could just bike around a random Italian villa.
he'll clearly get it figured out, but like it hurts when it happens, and I hate
I think the
how
ending is
the
ridiculously good.
entire time that they're kind of off together, it's almost like you can feel the summer coming to a close.
Mm.
And that was a feeling that for some reason just really hit me, where you almost feel like, all right, at some point they're not going to be able to spend this time together anymore, and things are going to go back to how they were. And then that happens, and you get the conversation between Timothée Chalamet and Michael Stuhlbarg. By the way, I think Armie Hammer should have been nominated for an Oscar for this movie. He wasn't, and it was seen as a little bit of a snub. but I think that he should have
A
been
little.
Oscar
No.
nominated. I think he was very good in this. This is clearly the best that he's ever been, and I'm even including his role in The Social Network. He was not, he was still coming off the bomb that was The Lone Ranger, and his reputation took a lot of hits because of that. And God knows there was plenty more
Took
hits to
even
come
more
down the
hits.
line, but this was a high point for him for sure. But then you get the finale of Timothée Chalamet wearing that stupid, I don't even know, uh, white and black, looking like a little Victorian child, uh, and you get the phone call, and the movie ends with, first of all, I like how when his parents picked up the phone to kind of talk to him, the look that his parents kind of give each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they both know that, like, we need to kind of give our kid a little bit of space
This phone
because
call isn't for us. Yeah.
we need to get off this phone.
Most
This
socially
is
aware parents in any
no,
cinema.
they did. Yeah, there was something really charming about that. But also the movie ends and you get Timothée Chalamet just not staring into the camera or anything, but the camera's just on him. And you got to keep in mind, this is his first lead performance. And it's, all right, kid, take us to the end of the movie. And it's just going to be camera on you, just dealing with this moment while the saddest music you can ever think of plays in the background. And it's just you staring into the fireplace as people get ready for dinner behind you.
Yeah, it's such a good scene.
It's also
And
such a painful ending because there's no closure.
there's no
Like,
closure to it. It
it's like
just ends with this kid picking the pieces of his heart off the floor. And I'll never forget the feeling I had watching this movie when he's crying and you hear the song playing, which, by the way, Sufjan Stevens, two excellent songs for this movie between Mystery of Love and Visions of Gideon, just both tremendous, and they fit the music, or they fit the tone of the movie so well. But you see the title of the movie come up, and I remember thinking, you fucking assholes, you're ending the movie like this? That is a bold fucking way to end this movie. I feel so bad for this kid. This movie's just ending with this kid being in hell. And it just keeps going. You get Call Me By Your Name, and then you get, the producers, production designers, and then just keeps going through the actors. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, this has to be a prank. This hurts too much. You can't end the movie like this. You're not playing the end credits with this guy just actively bleeding heart all over the floor. And I think that the decision to have the end credits play that way made it hurt just a little bit more, at least for me.
Yeah. The quotes are so memorable. Like, I haven't pulled up, like, what he says to him when he finds out about the relationship is, like, powerful. I almost, like, want to kind of say it here. Like, have I spoken out of turn? Then I'll say one more thing. I'll clear the air. I may have come close, but I've never had what you two have. Something always held me back or stood in the way. How you live your life is your business. Just remember, our hearts and our bodies are given to us only once, and before you know it, it's your heart worn out. And as for your body, there comes a point when no one looks at it. And then basically he goes on, and then Elio goes, "Does mom know?" And he's like, "I don't think she does." And then at the very end, when they're on the phone, he goes, "From the way your dad spoke to me, he made me feel like I was a part of the family, almost like a son in law. You're so lucky. My father would have carted me off to a correctional facility." And then Timothée Chalamet does the whole Elio, 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 Elio. And he goes, "Oliver, I remember everything." And it's like, when you hear those type of quotes, it's just like so powerful because it's damn. That's how his parents like handled this. Like I
Yeah,
don't think many parents are gonna handle it that way.
I think that's kind of how a lot of it's kind of a good way of showing here that most people, granted, we're pretty straight guys, but we all know people that are gay, and like the fact that they always have fear of coming out.
Yeah, or anything in the
You don't know the
LGBTQ
future of
community.
not
Yeah.
knowing how your family's going to react or how your loved ones are going to react. So I think it was a great way of kind of showcasing the two polar opposites of, hey, my parents are super accepting, and then the other side of, yeah, my parents would have just discarded me.
Yeah, and also just the idea of like how you love people is totally your business. It's no one else's.
Yeah, let's go ahead and grade this thing. Tommy, I want you to give your grade first.
I gave
Curious.
it an A87.
Okay, that's higher than I thought you'd be.
Again, it's one of those movies that I'm probably never gonna watch again, but I really enjoyed it just by itself, and I still think the last 30 minutes was probably the best dialogue in most movies that I've seen. So that's
Fair.
All right, Brandon.
Um, I was trying to pull up my Hall of Fame to like see exactly where this would have went in my Hall of Fame. Spoiler, it's in my Hall of Fame.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me considering how high you were. This also came out the year after Moonlight won Best Picture. So we got
By
two
the way,
like
Moonlight.
LGBTQ classics in
Yeah,
back-to-back years.
and I think the message is strong. Love who you want to love. Like no one should care. It's your business. Like it's
Maybe not Army Hammer.
well,
definitely
yeah,
not a
yes, fair,
That's just for your own sake. Probably not Army Hammer.
fair. I would put this above Aliens, below Top Gun Maverick. Give me A plus, 83.6.
All right. I can't quite go that high. I'd love to.
You're a hater.
I would love to. I'm not a fucking hater. For
homophobe.
perspective, because I know that we're gonna get to it down the line. At least as far as my normal watch or my watch before we review it. This is just a little bit higher than I had Moonlight in 2016. I have an A plus 9.03%. So this is definitely going to be in 2017, which is an amazing year for movies, as Brandon illustriously covered.
The 50 movies I mentioned.
Great year
It was that
for
deep.
movies. Great year for movies. This will definitely be in my top 10, maybe my top 5. I don't know. Probably not for 2017, but we'll see. Maybe it goes up again on rewatch because every time I watch it, I just love the feel of the movie so much more. I love what Luca Guadagnino was able to do, and I love the fact that we got a star-making performance by Timothée Chalamet, who went on to do amazing things before he turned 30 with things like, Little Women, Dune, Dune Part 2, The Complete Unknown, Marty Supreme, Bones and All. If you're a Timothée Chalamet hater, you suck. And Nixon 5. So that's what you really need to take away from this experience. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this Movies at Random episode. Next up for the pod, let's see what we got here. Let me pull up this thing. We got The Predator and Prey. Ooh, some interesting movies in the Predator franchise. One where autism drives the plot, and one where the movie is good.
Believe that.
We're also going to finally take my 140 or whatever movie deep dive into the year 2011. A terrible, terrible year for movies that I cannot wait to put behind me and rank and review all of those. And then after all of that, Fight Club and Seven, the David Fincher masterpieces that we get to finally talk about. Looking forward to all of that and more. Goodbye.